About the shove, that moment that happened on stage.
Oh, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13th?
I don't know, but made me feel more psyched.
Unexpected clash sent shockwaves through the boxing world when Terence Crawford and Canelo Álvarez unexpectedly crossed paths at a local gym. What began as a surprise visit from Canelo quickly escalated into a heated confrontation, one that erupted into a wild and intense brawl. But here's the twist: despite the chaos, Crawford stayed calm and unfazed by Álvarez's aggression. At 37, with a legendary career already behind him and 2 undisputed titles across weight classes, Crawford isn't just chasing belts anymore, he's fighting to solidify his legacy.
Review: Terence Crawford beats Canelo.
He cooks Canelo.
Woo! Really?
He beats him. Yes. Look, if you go back and you watch the fight with Lara, and you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence have more skills than a Lara.
Terence Crawford, there's no better way to define his legacy than by taking down the biggest name in boxing. At first, the idea of facing Canelo Álvarez felt like a long shot. Canelo repeatedly dismissed the matchup, showing little interest. But everything changed when one man stepped in, GA chairman Turki Alalshik. Not only did he make the fight a reality, but he's also backing Crawford to become just the 3rd man to ever defeat Canelo after securing Canelo with a blockbuster 4-fight deal. Kicking off with the bout against William Skull, the stage is now set. Terence Crawford vs. Canelo Álvarez is officially happening on September 13th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, streaming live on Netflix.
Him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then he tried to, maybe Turki Alalshik told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So, and he tried to walk me back, and that's why I pushed.
Reported purse for this blockbuster showdown is a jaw-dropping $200 million, $150 million set aside for Canelo Álvarez and $50 million for Terence Crawford. But in a surprising twist, Crawford recently revealed on The Ring Champs with AK and Barack that he's only taking home $10 million from the fight. The revelation sparked buzz online, with many questioning whether Crawford accepted the bout for a payday. However, veteran boxing insider Rick Glazer offered a different perspective. Posting on X, formerly Twitter, Glazer wrote, "I know it's hard for some of you to fathom, but Terence Crawford is fighting Canelo for one reason and one reason only: legacy." He dismissed the money-driven narrative, emphasizing that Crawford is chasing greatness by daring to face one of the sport's most dangerous names. Crawford wants to be everything a true fighter should be, and that's about legacy through real challenges, Glazer added, closing with, Terence Crawford is going for all the gusto. In an era where many fighters talk the talk, few are willing to walk it the way Crawford.
Able to be aggressive, not be affected by Bud's punches, and just keep, attacking and imposing that will on him. And then Bud being the dog that he is, and, just saying, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm letting loose.
Yeah. Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup.
Crawford pulls off the upset. He'll make history as the first ever 3-weight undisputed champion in the 4-belt era, having already conquered the super lightweight and welterweight divisions. Speaking with Owen Barack, Crawford echoed Rick Glazer's words, saying, "I'm doing it for the opportunity, baby. The legacy outweighs the money." The prospect of a 3-time undisputed champion is closer than ever, but intentions aside, the big question remains, can Crawford overcome Canelo Álvarez, who is naturally bigger and stronger? While many doubt it, one expert believes Crawford has a real chance. Erislandy Lara, the Cuban veteran who gave Canelo one of his toughest fights back in 2014, offered crucial advice and movement. Lara insists that relentless footwork and smart ring control could be the key for Crawford to achieve the seemingly impossible.
Oh, Canelo is a super strong guy. Man, technique. You already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford knows how to take care of himself on the inside. He knows how to smother. He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to...
Victory over Saul Canelo Alvarez would be nothing short of historic, marking the third undisputed title in Terence Crawford's already legendary career. As the fight approaches, one of Canelo's former rivals, Cuban boxer Erislandy Lara, has shared a crucial tactical insight that could help Crawford make history on September 13th in Las Vegas. Lara, who narrowly lost to Canelo by split decision in 2014, believes Crawford has a real chance if he can avoid the mistakes Lara made. His key advice: keep moving and never allow Canelo to land clean shots on the arms. Lara stressed that preventing Canelo from planting his feet and unleashing powerful punches will be vital to securing the win.
Tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class. Can he carry it? But those
openly admitted that his overly defensive approach in 2014 may have cost him the victory. While his slick evasiveness kept him safe, it allowed the judges to favor Canelo's aggression and heavier punches. That's why Lara emphasizes one crucial point: Crawford must not let Canelo dominate with his physical strength, especially in the early rounds. With Crawford's high ring IQ, smooth footwork, and ability to switch stances effortlessly, he has the tools to adopt Lara's strategy, but with greater urgency and precision. However, Lara also offered a warning. If Crawford becomes too cautious or overly elusive, what critics once called Lara's Tom and Jerry style, it could backfire. Both judges and fans might interpret it as running rather than fighting, and in a packed Allegiant Stadium, that perception could cost him valuable points on the scorecard.
That can change the effect on Bud, and I think that will be the way that Alvarez can win that fight.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so what do you think? Obviously, if Bud remains slick, what outside of that could cause Canelo?
Vegas, fights without fireworks rarely go over well, and with a $50 million purse on the line, Crawford can't afford to leave fans disappointed. Promoter Turkey. Alshik has billed this clash as the fight of the century, adding extra pressure on both fighters to deliver an unforgettable show. Erislandy Lara also noted that his own defensive style was similar to the approach William Skoll recently used against Canelo, and neither strategy worked. In both fights, Canelo controlled the pace and landed the cleaner, more damaging shots. That's why movement alone won't be enough for Crawford. He'll need to back it up with effective offense. Lara sees this as a true 50-50 battle. While Canelo's strength remains a major threat, Crawford's tactical brilliance can't be underestimated. To win, Crawford must endure 12 punishing rounds without losing his sharpness or straying from his game plan.
He starts to fade a little bit. We've seen that with Bivol. We've seen it in a lot of his fights with Triple G. When Canelo could control the fight and the ring generalship, he could fight 12 rounds pretty good. But when Canelo gets pushed early on in the fight, he starts to fade muscle.
Landy Lara's message to Terence Crawford is clear: move constantly, avoid shots to the arms, and don't fall into the trap of being too defensive. If Crawford can find the perfect balance between footwork and controlled aggression, he has a real shot at pulling off the upset in one of the year's most anticipated matchups. Taking advice from a former Canelo rival, the Omaha native must use his legs wisely and handle the jump across two weight divisions without losing his speed or sharpness. Interestingly, Crawford might not need to worry too much about Canelo's size advantage, thanks to a key trait that sets him apart. Chris Algieri, former WBO super lightweight champion and longtime admirer of Crawford, has closely followed Bud's 41-fight career and knows exactly what gives him the edge over the Mexican superstar.
Those guys, he just locks in. Especially when you doubt him. So yeah, it's a really interesting matchup. I think of it more from psychological than anything, because on paper it's like, yeah, but he's a super middleweight. He went up three. Now Terence is going up 3 weight classes. He had a little trouble with Majima. So on paper it's like, yeah, of course it's Canelo. But when you think about it from a psychological standpoint, it's like, I don't know, man.
He understands weight distribution, man. Not only that, the only way that I see Canelo beating Crawford is he got to knock him out. And when was the last time we seen Canelo knock anybody out? Think about that.
If Golovkin, who hits a lot harder than Crawford, could not drop or...
In an interview with Fight Hub TV, Chris Algieri stopped short of making a full prediction but shared a striking observation. "We're still a bit away from the fight, so I'll save my full breakdown," he said. "But here's what I will say, I've seen Canelo get pushed around in the ring. I've never seen that happen to Terence Crawford. When it comes to who's going to be the boss inside the ring, I've never seen anyone take control over Crawford, but I have seen Canelo get bossed up. Crawford's shot at history is more than just another big money fight, it's about proving he belongs at the top across 3 divisions. Will he rise to the occasion, or will Canelo remind the world why he's the face of boxing? Share your thoughts in the comments, we're listening. And if you're enjoying our deep dives into boxing's biggest fights, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an update.